What's going on, guys? It's Adam.
I'm Paula.
Welcome to the video. So today we're going to take you through our lower body workout. I'm basically following the routine called Jim Wendler's 5-3-1, and Paula follows basically just a 4-day routine, upper lower, where she does 2 lower body days and 1 upper body day. And for her squats, she does follow 5-3-1 progressions. She doesn't do 5-3-1 like me, but she does follow the progression. Basically, the way 5-3-1 works is it's a cycle of 4 different weeks. Week 1, week 2, week 3. We're currently on week 3, and on week 3, set 1 is 75% of your 1 rep max. Set 2 is 85%. Set 3 is 95%, and the reps on those sets goes 5, 3, and then 1. But it's really as many as you can do on the last set. So there you saw my first set, and this is Paul's first set of 5. And here is my second set of 3. As you see, I'm wearing a belt. I know most people wear belts. It's the Inzer Forever Lever belt. This is my first workout with the belt. Actually, it finally came in the mail. I've never used a belt before, and it definitely did assist me in my lift. As you'll see in my next set, I do think I got another rep or 2 than I would have gotten without it. As I'm finishing up this set, Paula's doing her second set here.
So this would be for 3 reps. I do like to follow the 5-3-1 strength progression because at the beginning, when I finally decided to start squatting with a barbell, I was pretty scared and I wasn't doing a lot of weight, but every week I kept doing the same thing over and over, and it was nearly impossible to increase the weight. And once I got into this strength program, my strength began to increase, not just my 1 rep max, but also my volume. I was actually able to do more weight for more reps, which I was unable to do that before.
And here I'm doing my AMRAP, which is as many reps as possible set. Like I said, that would be 95% of my max, and the goal is just to get as many reps as I can without going to failure. So I want to stop like 1 or 2 reps short of failure. And getting back to just what Paula was saying, I've been lifting for 10 years. She's been lifting a lot less time than that. So, as you know, when you first join the gym, you're a little scared to just dive right into squats. It's kind of an intimidating exercise. So when she finally did get the courage to squat, she didn't exactly have the courage to just start getting stronger on it. She would do a light weight as for reps, and it wasn't really working. She would just go in and do the same thing every time. So by her following the 5-3-1, gave her a plan, it gave her structure, and due to that structure, she was able to start progressing a lot more than she had been. And here she's doing her AMRAP set as well.
I'm doing, yes, 125 pounds for, I believe, 6 reps. But going back to what we were saying before, is that when I first started squatting, I was very focused on like
You blew it. You're not supposed to say how many reps you got. You're supposed to let them watch the video. I'm just joking.
Oh, you're so annoying. Okay. Shut up. So basically, you distracted me. Oh, what I was saying is that once I decided to start squatting with a barbell, I did make progress because I never did this before. So I started increasing rather fast, but within a couple of weeks I just started getting stuck in like the 100 poundish limit. And I was very focused on form and getting it correctly, so I always was trying to like better my form, and that's why I couldn't increase the weight. As you can see on my sets, you can take a look at my shoes. Adam got me those for Christmas. You do not need to get powerlifter shoes. Those are the Adidas powerlifting. Before I used to squat with Converse, and they were very nice. They were very flat. When you want to squat, you basically want a flat surface shoe, right?
Yeah, so before we get back into that last set I did was called a Joker set. And basically what that was is after your last set, you increase it by another 5%, which in this case from 95%, 5% is 100%. So that was actually my calculated 1 rep max right now, which as you can see was a pretty easy rep. But the goal isn't to be maxing out every week. It's to build up strength over time. And as Paul was talking about those sweet stylish shoes she has, the benefit of squat shoes is they give you a nice flat surface, but additionally they have an elevated heel, which for people most people have bad ankle mobility. It allows you to get deeper in the hole more comfortably. And additionally, these shoes, the surface is so sticky that you get sucked to the platform and you just feel very stable throughout the entire lift.
Before, like my right leg is like the dominant leg, so my leg would move so much. So by the end of my lift, my right foot would be just like out there. But with these shoes, I'm able to actually keep my feet still, which makes my body to be stable and to be basically consistent and have like the same reps for my whole set.
And here what I'm doing, it's called first set last. I'm taking the weight that I did on my first set, which was 255, where I initially did 5 reps. And here I'm doing as many reps as I can, which sounds like it would be relatively easy. However, after the last as many reps as possible set, this is definitely not nearly as easy as it sounds like it would be on paper. And the reason for this is just to get some more volume in. I initially didn't do this. I actually began about 3 weeks ago. I did just do typical back down sets. However, I was getting a little bored, and this was a way to push myself, challenge myself, and also get in the volume. And Paula, she's doing the back down sets, as you can see here, where after she does her 5-3-1 sets, she does extra sets for anywhere between 8 and 12 reps. And the goal of that is not to go to failure. It's just to, like I said, do more reps, get more volume in, because the 5-3-1, that's a good way to build up strength, but you don't want to ignore muscle work as well. So this is a good way for hypertrophy, and it's a good way to build muscle in addition to the strength. So that's the reason for the back down sets.
And I do 2 of those, so by the end of my squat workout, I do a total of 5 sets.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously she did 125, this is only 85 pounds, so you would think it would be really easy, but
it's not, because it's 12 reps, and anybody that does any type of squat for reps realizes it ends up being like a cardio. It ends up being so exhausting, and at the end of every rep, every set, I'm actually out of breath.
I know for me personally, anything after 8 reps, I'm exhausted. I could do, after 8 reps, my strength just plummets. So 12 reps, it's like a cardio workout for me. So here she's finishing up that set, and I'm doing now deadlifts. This is actually a recent addition to my routine. I have a deadlift day where I focus on 5-3-1 progression. However, this is 60% of my max for 5 sets of 10. And I know that kind of sounds easy because my max is calculated at 455 and this is only 270. But after squats and doing this for 5 sets of 10, it's actually very difficult. Just want to address 2 things. The things on my legs, those are just calf sleeves, so it protects my shins from any scraping. And the reason I'm wearing straps is because at this point my hands are pretty sweaty and the bar slips out of my hands. I could do over-under grip, but I'm just not a fan of over-under. I've always been a little scared that I'm going to tear a bicep. I have seen it before where on the last rep or 2 you get a little ambitious and your arm doesn't stay completely straight and you tear a bicep. So I mean, I'm not looking to compete in any powerlifting competition anytime soon. If I was, I would look to change that. So I use the straps right now just to be able to hold on to the weight without any injury.
And then after I'm done with my squat sets, I move on to the leg press. I like this leg press a lot because it's a killer on the quads. I keep the shoes on because, as I said before, the shoes are able to keep my feet very still. So yeah, leg press, this one's a killer. I love it.
Yeah, I know a lot of gyms don't have this routine. I believe this machine, it's made by Cybex, and we're pretty fortunate at our gym to have a bunch of different leg presses, so obviously not everyone could use this machine, but if you do have it at your gym, I highly recommend it. And like we said with those shoes, they're really for any leg exercise. You don't want them for deadlifts because, like I said, they have an elevated heel, and when you deadlift, you don't want to be elevated. You actually want the opposite. That's why you see people deadlifting barefoot. You want to be as close to the ground as possible. That's why I took my weightlifting shoes off and slipped on those other shoes, they're called Ani. You can get them online. You can deadlift barefoot. You can use Converse, but the goal is a flat shoe. The only reason I'm wearing those flat shoes on this leg press is because after I finished squatting, I put those on for deadlifts, and there's no way I was switching my shoes again, or else I'd be in the gym forever just changing my shoes. So that's why I'm still wearing those shoes. But ideally, I would like to use the weightlifting shoes. And same thing with the shin sleeves. The only reason they're still on is because I didn't feel like taking them off. So That's the only reason. The shins are just for deadlift protection. Shoes are meant for deadlifting. But this is a great leg press machine that we're both using here. I'm actually supersetting this with calves. As you'll see in just a second. The only reason I superset with calves is to save time. Rather than do my set of leg press and sit around doing nothing. Calves, they don't take much out of you, so I superset them. I don't recommend supersetting exercises that take a lot out of you. Like I wouldn't superset squats and leg press, for example, because they hit the same muscle group and they're both very taxing. But calves aren't taxing at all. It doesn't interfere with my leg press sets and it saves time. That's why I like to do it. As you can see here, after my set, I do a drop set, and on that drop set, I do a 3-second negative followed by about a second hold at the top. You have to keep in mind with calves, they're a very small muscle group, and you need to actually make sure that your calves are the muscle doing the work. You see a lot of people, they kind of do that bounce at the bottom, which it's not that it doesn't hit your calves, but you're not using them to the full extent, and you need to make sure with calves, more than any muscle, that you're actually using your calves, or else they're not going to grow. And here I'm just doing another set of leg press. Finally, I decided to take those things off my shins because my calves were getting really pumped and it was kind of busting through and it was hurting me. So I took my shoes off for like the third time to get them off. If anyone's curious, those headphones, they're the Kunivo BTH 240s. They're just Bluetooth headphones. I like them for the gym because they're relatively cheap on Amazon, about $25. I've never had a pair of gym headphones last more than 6 months, so I don't like to spend crazy money on it. But it is nice to have Bluetooth because it makes sure the wire doesn't get in the way. I can't tell you how many wires I've ripped at the gym. And I'm just doing a quick drop set here. Just another way to get more intensity, more volume inside of those legs. You're going to see that I'm actually doing a 3-second pause at the bottom, similar to how I did the calves. I don't do drop sets every workout. I don't do this pause all the time. I kind of just decided to do it in my head because I was thinking, I don't really feel like doing another 12 reps with this weight. Let's make it a little more intense, and I'll do less. I do like to vary up the reps on these accessories. I go anywhere from 6 to 8, sometimes 12 to 15. This week I was doing 12 to 15. So on calves, on this, I was doing 12 to 15 reps, which, like I said before, 15 reps on anything is difficult no matter what weight it is.
And while he's on the leg press, I jump onto the glute ham raise machine. You may look at it and think that it's easy, but it's actually not. At the beginning, it was very difficult to do. I could barely get a couple of reps, but by now I'm used to it. The trick to it is just as you're going up, like right now, you get a nice squeeze on your glutes and your hamstrings, and I'm also using a 10-pound plate, which makes it a little bit harder but also a lot more efficient.
Yeah, she's being modest. If you've never done this machine before, it's very, very difficult, and the fact that she's holding a 10-pound plate and still doing it with good form is very impressive. If you don't have this machine at your gym, try it if you ever get a chance. It's very good. And here I'm just finishing up with some leg extensions. Just to finish up the pump. Didn't do much, but I just feel better about myself if I get an extra pump at the end.
And I got a very self-explanatory seated calf raise.
What do you do with your hands?
I have no idea.
What are you doing? Put a spell on me?
No idea. I'm glad I stopped that. I just don't know what to do with my hands. Like, I don't want to put them on the thing because I don't want to help the calves go up. I just
that's actually a good point. You don't.
Yeah.
Some people, they pull up the machine with their hands.
And you're just tricking yourself. You're not exactly doing anything. You're not helping it.
Good point. And here I am just finishing up with some abs. I do these hanging leg raises. I like the way my arms look. That's why I do them. I'm just kidding. It's actually a good exercise. It's one of those that it's a lot harder than it looks, similar to glute ham raises.
I still can't do that.
And after this, I just finished up with some machine exercises that were too boring to film.
This is seated abs. I like this one, but my favorite is the one that's coming up next, which is the laying down one.
We're pretty fortunate at this gym to have a bunch of ab exercises. I've never seen these anywhere else. But yeah, basically, that's the workout. After this, we're just going to finish up with some cardio.
On the ARC trainer, so if you like our video, go ahead and like it. If you like the channel, subscribe it. See you later.